Here are my 5 ecological games that have helped me greatly improve at a rapid rate. The first one we're gonna look at is from standing. So I consider myself more of a counter wrestler, so just achieving stronger positions than my opponent, wearing them out through that, and then finding easy takedowns, low risk, low effort. So to practice that, I just like to be in positions of advantage on my opponent. We have 4 that we're gonna look at in this game. So we have collar tie wrist, we have 2-on-1, we have underhook and head position, and we have double underhooks. Each of these are relatively easier to achieve than completing a takedown, but from those positions, you can find your takedowns off of that. So one more time, collar tie wrist, 2-on-1, underhook and head position, and then double underhooks. You can see using that we have collar tie wrist, right? It's very easy to chain if my opponent has this, right, with a collar tie and wrist grip. I'll go on the other side. If my opponent has this, I need to strip the wrist grip. I can go 2-on-1 from here, regain head position to get an advantage, or I can simply strip the collar tie off and we have our own 2-on-1. If we have underhook and head position and wrist, and they start to work this grip off, right? They can start to break this grip off, we break the grip, or maybe we transition into underhook head position. And the basic idea is we just want to be able to chain each of these different positions together to make a stronger standing game. We worked takedowns in the first game. The second game is going to be from top person, is just trying to maintain the player on their back. So JD's objective is to stay seated here. My objective is to put him on his back. So that's fairly simple. There's many ways to do it. And one of the things I really like about these games is it forces you to find new ways to, complete the objective. So what that'll look like for here, JD's goal is to stay seated. My goal is to just put him on his back. Ready, go. So, some of the text there, right? We know we want to keep this person on their back. One of my objectives is to first kind of off balance him. So, I'm either going to go punch, jab on the shoulder, and in order to regain his balance, he'll stick his feet out. So, his feet stick out, and we can pick the ankle up. So, first objective from this kind of game is to off balance them to where they have to catch themselves by extending the feet. Second objective that we can look to do is grab an ankle and raise it above their head. This makes it very hard for him to stay seated up because the farther I pull his foot up, the farther his head gets pushed back. So using these games, but also using these details and incorporating them into your game will rapidly improve your ability to keep this person on their back. Now we have to learn how to pass. I would identify myself as an outside passer. I like going around the guard. So in order to practice that, against one of my main training partners, his name's Justin. He's just so good. And it's really hard for me to, exist in that outside space without him entangling me into a guard. So one of the games that we came up with to allow me to practice that is passing with a bottom player not allowed to grip. So we want to be a passing guard, but bottom player cannot make any sort of grip on my ankles or grab my hands. And what this will allow me to do is slowly at my own pace be able to work around the legs before then dealing with getting into entanglements, things like that. So what that looks like. So we'll just have you on your back and yeah, just no grips. Ready, go. You can frame and stuff, just don't grab.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're doing there, if I can get you on your back one more time. So from an outside passing perspective, I just want to maintain the feet to the outside of my hips. So every time JD goes to bring this leg over, I'm going to catch it and I'm going to throw it and out time him there, right? But it's going to be very hard. If I'm here, he starts playing in a reverse de la Hiva, starts bringing the legs back, starts making grips, and I'm looking to entangle in the guards. Hold on, I need to catch my breath. So, once again, just keeping the hips, keeping the legs to the outside of our hips, and being able to transition and work in the north-south, and actually be able to like exist in these positions without having to worry about getting entangled. So, main focuses there are just, one, getting the legs to the outside of the hips, always maintaining a good angle on my opponent, either coming in this way, blocking the legs from re-answering, or going all the way to north-south and being able to drill in from here.
Trevor Woodsky, Baka Marzi, Dale Anderson, and Matthew Monroe. Please see ring coordinator number 8. Second call for competitors: Jordan Allen, Jack Graham, Gage Aldridge, John Fair, and Jordan Allen.
Let's move on to the final game, which is going to be if so this one's my favorite. This is how I learned butterfly guard. It took me like 2 weeks. I never understood it before this, but this finally allowed me to understand how to play butterfly guard. So if JD's kneeling here on both knees, so what we're going to look for here is top player is going to look to body lock, bottom player is going to look to form any sort of wedge. So that could be either double underhooks here, that could be an over under here, or that can be a shoulder crunch like this. And the basic idea is we're just gonna, he's not gonna try to necessarily pass, just achieve the body lock, flatten me to my back, and I'm gonna try to get one of those 3 grips. So what that'll look like is this. So, and then with this game, so some of the text that I really like to add to this game, if I'm on top here, so one of the best ways to start to achieve that inside position and body lock, especially from a top position, is I'm going to club the head and I'm going to throw JD to the side. What this does is it instinctually forces him to post. From here, I can grab my underhook and start to work into collapsing onto him. Same thing, we can grab below the wrist, thumb pointing upwards. In order to break this grip, he has to circle his hand. Go ahead. And he has to circle his hand to the outside, like this. This forces the underhook to open. We can grab our underhook and start to work into our body lock. Same thing from bottom. And I did this in that short drilling session as well. I can club the head and I can push him to the side, get him to post the hand, start to collect the underhook, and work into my double unders. If JD tries to club my head from bottom, a great option here, I'm gonna grab the tricep, and let me get this arm up here. I'm gonna grab the tricep, double triceps is perfect, and I'm gonna jump my butt closer to JD like so, right? And then I'm gonna use that momentum to rock him upwards. This will post the hands onto the mat, and then we can come up and do our double underhooks. So, a lot of options. Remember, we're clubbing the head, trying to force a hand to the floor. That opens up the underhook. We're trying to grab below the wrist, force it open, grab an underhook. We're trying to off balance our opponent, look to create openings. Going double triceps if they club the head, jumping our butt in, lifting, forcing them to post, and grabbing our double underhooks. So many options from that. I love this drill. It teaches you how to stay connected, teaches you how to make grips, teaches you how to off balance your opponent both from top and bottom. And this is kind of what allowed me to start playing butterfly guard. From butterfly, we can go into X, single leg X, De La Riva. A lot of great options from butterfly, leg locks. So this is one of the most important drills to my jiu-jitsu game so far. Same with the rest of these. These have really helped me understand the concepts outside of just a static teaching environment. So I hope you guys can use these games. If you do, let me know in the comments below. This Friday, Year the Snake, YJJS is releasing a Year the Snake line. It's beautiful, it's red, and I'm really excited, and I hope I can get my hands on it as well. So head over to yourjujitsusucks.com, use code Carsahh, save 10% off, help me, help you, and yeah, that's it.